All right, welcome back to the Team Champs 2026. I am Tyler Seabrook, and we're here with Alex. What's going on, brother?
How are you, mate? Very excited for another session of lifting. It's been 2 great sessions already, and this is the 3rd one for the day, the Challengers bracket. So we're going to find out today who takes out the Challengers bracket and which 4 teams move up next year.
Yeah, it's been an amazing vibe so far.
So first up is Madison Snowden from the Blunt Force Baddies, 110 kilo squat opener. And it's 3 white lights.
Yeah, beautiful opener, nice and cruisy.
Next up we have Elise Salib, also from the Blunt Force Baddies, opening up at 117.5. Now, for those of you listening who are not familiar with the rules of powerlifting, the squat has 2 commands from the referee, squat and then rack. So in order to get the squat signal from the referee, the lifter must have their knees, hips locked out, standing upright and control of the bar. Referee will then say squat. Lifter must lower their knees below the top of the hip joint, stand back up with it, show control, wait for the referee's rack command, and then hopefully get white lights.
Elise has a great record in the 2 comps that she's done. She's gone 9 for 9 in both of them. So we can expect a pretty good hit rate.
As we see opening squats, typically this is the lift where lifters are the most nervous. So you may see some shakes here or there from someone. Often it doesn't mean that they're not prepared for it, they're just a little nervous. So usually those nerves will settle after 1 and the lift will be off and off they go. I think she's beaten the squat command there, so unfortunately she's going to have to come back and retake that. Maybe a small jump as well. It looks pretty comfortable as far as strength goes. What would you do in that situation, Tyler? Would you go up or would you just stay there and make sure you lock in and open up?
Because it's not on depth, I would go up from that. If it was on depth, I'd be a little worried they'd lose a bit of strength if they went a bit deeper. So I would repeat, and I just want to formally say sorry for putting the jinx on her, saying she went 9 for 9 in all her comps.
The commentator's curse. It's alive and well early on today. Next up, Emily Gasson of Stoic Sisters. Stoic Sisters are a new team to Team Champs this year. Doing incredibly well so far today. They took 3rd place in the 57s and 2nd place in the 63 kilo class so far. Emily competing in the 84 kilo class. Nice and easy opener. One thing I've noticed about the Stoic Sisters team so far is that their lifts have been quite conservative, very easy openers, nice jumps across the board, and they've been making all of their attempts. So hopefully we see that continue in this session.
Yeah, some coaches like that approach, open like really easy, something they probably could double or even triple in some cases.
Yeah, or even a set of 5.
But they have the confidence to do a bigger jump to their 2nd and then an appropriate jump to their 3rd.
Up next, Su Ling Ching from Resilience Performance. Also competing in the 84 kilo class. Opening with 137.5. This is her 2nd competition.
It's amazing to see so many athletes over this weekend with such little experience in a pretty competitive event.
Great looking squat there from Su Ling. And the referees agree, give her 3 white lights.
Cruisy.
Up next, Victoria, 140 kilos from the Blunt Force Baddies.
Also her 2nd comp as well.
Blunt Force Baddies coached by Brittany Romas today.
A veteran in our sport. See how this opener moves.
Looks very steady under it. Easy squat. I'm a little questionable about that depth there. We'll see if the refs like it.
Yeah,
they do.
Nice. She looks like she had like really good breaks in the bottom of the squat.
Yeah, got a nice bounce out of there. Up next, Melissa Jane Robb, Didier Vassou coaching. First time Didier has a team at Team Champs on his own. Formerly, he was part of Melbourne Strength Culture, which unfortunately closed at the end of last year. They've had a great day so far. And here's their lifter in the 84 plus class. He'll be looking to take it out with some very close competition. There are a few women who are really, really close in the nominations here. We'll be seeing them, the rest of them shortly.
Yeah, this is an important battle, this one.
Nice, comfortable opener. 147 on the board for Melissa Jane.
Who's on the teams. Didier is now second after getting confirming 2 first places. So Melissa and how she places will be really important to that final scoreboard.
Yeah, that final deadlift by Callum Beaton to win the 93s today was incredible. The lifter before him made an attempt and forced him to take a 20-kilo jump, which he then came and made, to add 2 really, really important points for Didier Vassou's coaching team.
Yeah, a few things went right there where since he was the lighter athlete as well, he only had to match him in total. And it's like a 2.5 could have been the difference in missing that.
Yeah, I think in that instance it actually would have been. Up next, Priscilla Georgeson out of Groove Lifting Club. Groove having a really good day today as well, taking second place in the 74, first place in the 63. And I'm blanking on the last lifter they have. Rochelle opening at 160. She recently did Mega Nats in the M1 class. I believe she came third. She did have some issues with squat depth on that day, missing her first 2 on depth, but came in and nailed her third one. And no issues on depth today. That's 3 white lights for Rochelle. Really good start for her and for Groove. So the final lift of the Groove Lifting Club, who I blanked on, is actually Rebecca Chambers, who's also lifting in this session. So Groove very strong and definitely a contender to take out today's challenger bracket. Up next, Jasmine Connell of Stoic Sisters, opening at 167.5 in the 84 plus class. As we mentioned earlier, a couple of lifters in this class on teams that are a threat to take out the challenger bracket today. So very important battle here in the 84 plus. Every lift is going to matter. And that's 3 white lights for Jasmine. Really, really nice start here for her squats.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where the favourite, you know, all it takes is a missed squat, deadlift, and second and third can get a sniff.
And here's Danny Cheng of the home Strength Fortress team. Opening up her count today with 172.5 kilos.
Got that juicy home advantage. Only just her third competition.
I spoke with JP this week and he expects a big improvement from Danny from her last competition. He thinks she's a real chance to win today. And it looks like it based on that squat attempt. That was fantastic, very fast, very comfortable, lots of room in the tank. Coach Josh and Coach Jeremy very happy there in the back.
Yeah, and she's hoping to qualify for nationals with this event. It's quite interesting how the 105s and the 80 plus women, there's so many today and barely any tomorrow.
Yeah, it is interesting how that shakes out sometimes. So a reminder to everyone listening, the lifters who lift today, their totals are frozen and essentially set as targets for the lifters who are lifting tomorrow. The lifters who are lifting tomorrow can sometimes just wait until tonight to set their competition plan and see who they can pick off one by one. Up next, Madison Snowden, Blunt Force Baddies, 117.5, it's a 7.5 kilo jump. Opener was comfortable. A bit more work on the second there, but still some room in the tank. Coach Britt looks happy, and the refs are happy too. 3 white lights.
All right, this next one's important to get on the board for Elise.
So we pondered whether Elise would take a jump from a missed opener. She only missed because she beat the squat command. The squat itself was easy. They did decide to go up, but they went up the smallest increment possible, which I think is a smart call. Grab a couple extra kilos,
Yeah,
but don't make it too risky.
just get a little closer to the received third attempt.
She's fired up. I could actually see her roll her eyes on the way up because she knew she'd beaten the squat command. So I'm sure she's going to be very cognizant of that and very cautious here. She waited for the calls there.
Good smirk on the face.
And the squat was easy too. 120 kilos on the board for Elise.
Very, very comfortable second for obvious reasons.
So as Tyler mentioned, you do have to get one on the board for each of the 3 disciplines. If you don't get a squat on the board or a bench on the board or a deadlift on the board, you don't actually get a total. So if you don't get a total, you can't win, you can't place, and you don't get any points for your team. So very important today that all the lifters open their account nice and light, as we've seen everyone do.
Yeah, particularly in this event when even if you come 5th, 6th, 7th, you still get a point. Where if you bomb out, you get nothing. So, and that 1 point can be the difference in, you know, being in the Premier bracket next year or not.
That's right. Su Ling Chin of Resilience Performance, 7.5 kilo jump. $145 on the bar. Nice and deep, nice and smooth and easy. She doesn't look too happy about it, but I thought it was great. Maybe she needs to watch the stream back and she'll see how good it was.
Did have a bit of concern on her face. Maybe she just hates squatting.
Not uncommon, especially in this commentary booth at the moment. Up next, Emily Gasson, 10 kilo jump. And another easy attempt there from Stoic Sisters. Like I mentioned earlier, they've been opening up their accounts really light all day today, making lifts. I don't think they've had a single missed lift yet. Really just doing a good job collecting kilos, building totals, and placing as high as they can.
Very interesting technique as well, the way that she like folds a little bit and then folds a bit more as she's going down.
I think it's that long leg necessity almost for someone with long legs.
Long levers, yeah.
7.5 kilo jump, Victoria of the Blunt Force Baddies. Blunt Force Baddies really taking over this group. You've got 3 of the lifters in this group.
Yeah, which I presume is, you know, they don't care so much about the points because they're obviously going to be taking points off each other.
And unfortunately, no lift there. One of them was for depth. The other one, I think, was for beating the rack command. So it looked relatively comfortable. If I was coaching in that instance, I'd be tempted to go up a little bit, but also aware that like it's a bit of a risk to do so. So, you know, I'd be maybe repeating or maybe going up 2.5.
Yeah, probably clean it up with 150. Just 2.5 would be good. She has opted to repeat.
I think that's the safe move, obviously.
Is the other thing as well. The referees are going to be looking out for depth now as well.
Melissa Jane Robb of Didier Vassou Coaching. 157.5, 10 kilo jump. And a little sticky through the middle there, but it didn't look like a normal kind of sticking point. Looked like a bit of a misgrove or a loss of balance in that position. So I think, obviously, it's the second attempt, you expect to make it. So they're probably expecting a little bit more. So that, to me, would suggest a bit of a misgroove.
Yeah, I think her weight come onto her heels there.
But it is a good lift, so she's got an extra 10 kilos to her account today. An important 10 kilos in a very close 84-plus battle. Speaking of the 84-plus battle, Brisselle Georgeson, 10 kilo jump, 170 kilos.
So Mel's opted only for 2.5 kilo jump, so I would suggest that she's not too confident about the actual strength of it, not just the execution.
Yeah, sometimes you just have one of those wobbly days where you don't quite feel locked in. Roof lifting clubs, Brisselle Georgeson here now with her second attempt at 170. Looks pretty comfy. Looks like there's at least another 5 in that. 3 white lights. So I mentioned earlier she competed at Mega Nats and missed a couple of her first 2 squats actually on depth. But no issues today so far. So she's obviously gone and worked with coach in the meantime and cleaned that up and done a really good job today of executing.
Which is really good to see in such a short turnaround as well. How long ago was Mega Nats, Alex? 5, 6 weeks?
Yeah, I think it was 5 weeks ago. No, it might have been 6 weeks ago. Jasmine Cannell, Stoic Sisters, 12.5 kilo jump.
Good depth.
Good looking squat. And it is 3 white lights. So extra 12.5 kilos there for Stoic Sisters. Yeah, this 84 plus battle is really heating up. Danny Cheng, 12.5 kilo jump as well.
This is our heaviest squat of the day so far in this weight class, the 84 plus weight class.
Really nice looking second attempt there from Danny. Refs agree, 3 white lights. And going back to the top of the group, we've got the third attempts now starting.
With a 122.5 for Madison. Five kilos up from our opener. Second attempt, sorry.
One Force Baddies did some awesome Instagram posts. I don't know if you saw them, Tyler. Hype in the team up.
That's the cool thing about this event, all the different content that's coming out from it.
And a great third squat there from Madison. 122.5 kilos on the board.
So this one probably surprises me, only 5 kilos up from her second attempt for release.
Yeah, her second was quite comfortable, but again, when you miss an opener, you know, sometimes it can raise some red flags. And, you know, you don't want to take an enormous jump from 2 to 3 when you've taken a small one from 1 to 2. So I think this is a good call from the coach. I'm very confident she'll get this one. And she's got it. That looked like the best one of the lot.
As I suspected, probably another 5 in it, so a little bit conservative, but that's okay.
So as I mentioned earlier, lifters tend to settle into the day after the first squat tends to be the most nervous. So lifters tend to get better as the day goes along.
It's definitely something as a coach you get more confident in knowing that's going to be the case as well, coming into the second and third attempts. You almost expect an opener to be worse than their second attempt. Unless, of course, they're, you know, an experienced athlete.
Victoria coming out now. Now, unfortunately, missed her second attempt, but it was quite easy, so just needs to get into the hole a little bit further. And this would be an equal competition squat PB. That one looked much deeper and very easy still, so lots of room in the tank there.
Almost jumped that call.
You
Snuck
saw
him
it.
in, snuck it in.
You saw it, and one of the refs saw it, but. And they need to get 2. Sometimes I say that 3 white lights is actually a bit of a waste of energy, and that you've done a bit too much. Sometimes all you need is 2. So if you get 3, you're just showing off sometimes.
She was actually very lucky to get that because the head ref would be the more likely the one to notice that they jumped it as well. Snuck that one in.
Su Ling Chin coming out now. Resilience performance, 3rd attempt here at 150, 5 kilo jump. And this is a 20 kilo competition squat PB. So she's already jumped up the ranks from where her nomination was, just in the squat event alone. Oh, so comfortable.
Yeah, very technical. Cruiser lift.
Looks like there's another 10 in that, to be honest. Great squatting from Su Ling. Fantastic so far from her. 3 for 3. You know what I say? You can't do better than 3 for 3. You can't go 4 for 3. It's impossible. So she's doing about as well as you could do. Emily Gasson coming up next from the Stoic Sisters. Coming into today, had a PB squat of 147.5, going for a 7.5 kilo PB here. So this is a 10 kilo jump. Oh, and it's right on the money. What a fight through the middle there. Perfect attempt selection from India. And the refs like it too. That is fantastic squatting.
I love the surprise on her face then. That was lovely.
Incredible. Sometimes when you get into the middle of a squat, it feels like you're there forever. But there's this certain point where you get through and you know you've got it, and you can see it in her face. She started to smile as she knew she was going to finish it off. So fantastic work there from Emily. Melissa Jane Robb up next. $160 kilos. Just a 2.5 kilo jump, but this is a 5 kilo comp PR. Oh, and much better there. No little bobble, no little loss of balance there in the middle, and probably had a bit more, but sometimes you can only go off of what you see in the previous attempt, and if there was some bobbling there, some nerves perhaps, they took what they thought was there and they locked in a 3rd attempt. So good job there from Didier and from Melissa Jane.
Yeah, you can see the centre of mass was far better, and they decided obviously to go the conservative route with the 2.5, but yeah, another 2.5 easily would have been there with executing it like that.
Rochelle Georgeson up next with 177.5 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump. Slow and steady and smooth. Really good there from Michelle. And I'm waiting for the lights. I'm waiting for the lights like everyone else. Suspense. The suspense. Two white lights. It's a good lift.
He's got it.
A perfect amount of energy used there on that squat. Nothing extra. No three white lights necessary. Jasmine Connell up next. $190 kilos. This would be a 15 kilo squat PB for her. She put 55 kilos on her total from her first to her second comp. Today is her 3rd comp. So we might see another big PB for her. Oh my goodness.
Lovely attempt there.
Stoic Sisters continuing to just make lifts. 3 white lights. Great lifting there from Jasmine. And we have 1 lifter left. It is Danny Cheng of the Strength Fortress, the hosting club. Similar to Jasmine, this is also her third competition, and this would also be a 15-kilo squat PB, so this would give her a 5-kilo lead on the competition after the squat event.
And you can hear the crowd getting behind her, definitely a crowd favourite.
Similarly to Jasmine, Danny put 42.5 kilos on her total from her first and second competition. Today's her third. Might see another big improvement like that. And she's got it. TSF coaches Josh and Jeremy are pumped, as they should be. 3 white lights. Awesome lifting there from Danny.
Coach is getting around her.
And a great squat session there from those women.
All right, we are moving on to flight B now. This will be the 120 and 120 plus men to finish off session 3 squats.
And the 76-kilo women. So we've got 3 weight classes in this group. We've got the 76 women, with the 120 men and the 120 plus men. Opening us up today will be Kimberly with a 100-kilo squat opener, 10 kilos below her best squat.
A little bit of experience here, 7-3 lift, 1 bench only.
Yep, recently competed at Bench Nationals in December last year, coming 5th in the Open 76 class. And this is the 4th member of the Blunt Force Baddies, so all 4 of them in the same session. And a nice opener there from Kimberly.
Nice, coached by Con, I'm sure he was happy with that opener.
3 white lights for Kimberly. Up next, Beck Chambers out of Groove Lifting Club, the owner of Paragon, co-owner of Paragon Strength. So not only is she lifting today, she will be coaching tomorrow. Very experienced lifter. Started competing in 2017. Hasn't competed in a little while. Actually only has done 1 competition in the last 5 years.
In the last 7 years, yeah.
Opening up at 120.
Yeah, a lot of support from the crowd here.
Nice start from Beck. 120 moving comfortably. And the lights are just taking a little while to come up here. The suspense.
Yeah, this happens every competition with lifting
3
class.
white lights. So Beck's on the board. I know for me, once I finish that first squat and I see those 3 white lights, my heart rate drops about 40 beats per minute and everything relaxes and everything slows down. Marley Broadbeck out of Stoic Systems. So we have Stoic Systems and Stoic Sisters competing today.
This is Marley's 3rd competition, I believe. We've done 3 competitions.
This is her
so
4th comp, yeah. So her best squat is actually 112.5, and this is 120. So opening with a 7.5 kilo PB, always a good sign that some progress has been made. Nice comfy opener there for Marley. And 3 white lights for her.
Yeah, very nice. She has won a sub-junior nats in 2024 for USAPL, so we'll expect her to be quite composed today as well.
Yeah, you can often tell who's been on the platform a few times when they come out, you know, a little bit more comfortable out there. Victoria Alexiadis from Nexus Melbourne. Now, Nexus Melbourne only just recently opened. They're already at Team Champs, so this is their first time at Team Champs, looking to move into the Premier bracket.
And first time that Victoria's in this class as well.
The 145 opener, 10 kilos below her best.
A little bit tough as well.
Yeah, probably a little harder than you'd like an opener to be. But like I said earlier, sometimes that can just be nerves, and sometimes people do settle. So we'll see if the second looks any different to that one. But I would guess that there's still quite a bit of room in the tank. Jacob Hall up next.
From Average Joe's. Just looking to have a good day out with the team.
I think this is his first competition. Can you just double check that for me, Tyler?
It is his first competition, yep.
So opening at 180. Ooh, I think he might have jumped a call there.
Surely, yeah.
Okay, apparently not.
I think I'm too strict.
No, you should be reffing, Tyler. You got a good eye for it.
Good thing I'm not right now. There would have been a few slips.
Up next, Logan Quinn. Out of Summit Systems. Summit, another new team, coached by Tony Nguyen. Tony used to be one of the owners and coaches out of Elemental. He's broken off to do his own thing, and he's bringing his own team to Team Champs this year for the first time.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting development for Team Champs because ESS have historically had a very powerful team, but it's sort of split up their athletes from ESS, obviously with his own coaching service.
2:15 opener for Logan. This is just 15 below his best, so we expect to see a PB today. He looked a little uncomfortable under that. Not really too sure why. But it was easy enough, and there's a bit more left in the tank. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record, but sometimes lifters can come out and do that and then come out and absolutely smoke the next one. So he's over on the side laughing about it, so I'm guessing that he's probably okay. Jackson Mitchell of Stoic Systems coming up next in the Open 120 class.
Added nearly over 500 kilos, 100 kilos to his total since his last competition as well.
Yeah, so he competed in the 90s and went up to the 105. Got 100 kilos on his total, and now he's in the 120. So we're going to see another 100 kilos today? Maybe.
Yeah, that would be juicy.
230 opener, just 20 off his best. Yeah, we're going to see a big squat PB today for Jackson. Really nice start there.
Yeah, that was a lovely opener.
Now
Clinical.
Put your coaching hat on for me, Tyler. What kind of jump would you take from that?
I would actually probably go 2.5 under his best there. So I'd go 7.5 kilo jump there, yep.
Yeah, I was going to say 20, so roughly on the same page. We'll see what they do. Nick Love up next from Resilience Performance. This is Nick's 4th competition.
I believe Nick did Team Champs last year. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not too sure. On which team?
Can't remember now.
No, he didn't according to his open powerlifting. Nice 240 opener there for Nick. Just 10 kilos shy of his best. So again, we'll see another PB from him for sure. Ruben Trevisan up next.
Yeah, a lot of clean openers here. 230, 240, 250, and then 260. So
now, this is Ruben's 16th competition. He is a Masters 1 athlete, which means he's between 40 and 49. So he's asking the spotters to put the racks in, which means he's probably going to put his hands outside the racks. Now, because the racks weren't in on the rack height sheet and they're not on the score sheet, I don't think they're going to restart the clock for him. They might be generous.
yeah.
Okay, they are going to be generous. They're going to reset the clock for him. They're going to put the racks in for him.
Yeah, I do think if it comes down to whose mistake it is whether they'd reset that clock.
That's a good point. So Ruben most recently did Mega Nationals in the M1 class. Unfortunately got injured on his 3rd squat attempt and had to DQ from the comp.
this is going to be a good battle between Ruben and Callum tomorrow. So Callum will be able to pick off his total tomorrow, but it's definitely going to be the main competition between second and third.
Yeah, so Ruben did squat 275, but got given no lift for, I think, beating one of the calls. Oh, that looks beautiful.
Powerful.
Yeah, we'll see a big jump there, probably 20 to 25. And up next, the favourite in the 120 class for today, William McCallanan from the Strength Syndicate. Strength Syndicate also first time competing at Team Champs today. Gym in Canberra. They've been around for a decade now. Just recently, or maybe it's coming up soon, a decade of that gym being open. Head coach Shay Zaru bringing a really strong team today. They took out first in the 57, took out second in the 93, and I believe first in the 69.
Yeah, they placed quite well.
Now Will opening at 260. His best squat is 292.5, so expect this one to be nice and easy. We do have a couple 120 lifters competing tomorrow, so Will will be doing his best to put up the best total he can to push them as far as he can. That's a beautiful opener from Will.
So William will be going up against your athlete tomorrow in the 120s?
Yeah, he will be.
I texted you always. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know. Crazy, man.
And the first squat of the second round here, Kimberly coming out, the Blunt Force Baddies, 7.5 kilo jump.
JP coming to save the day with the internet.
This is 2.5 below her best. Should be looking to PB on the last one today. Yep, I think there's some room in there. I think there's another 5 kilo jump in there. 3 white lights.
Yeah, let's see if they want to go conservative. But I think, yeah, 112 would be
I think you got to
right.
go for the PB there.
Yeah, it's there for the taking.
Up next, Rebecca Chambers, 7.5 kilo jump.
It's good to see, obviously, Rebecca back on the platform, getting a bit of love back for powerlifting.
Yeah, she did go all in powerlifting for a few years there and has since gone back to playing team sports. She plays netball at a high level and now is doing powerlifting sort of as her little side quest. It's nice, slow and steady. If you ever watched Beck lift before, you know she can grind through a squat or a deadlift and a bench. So there's a bit more in the tank there for Beck. Still a little bit away from her all-time best, but I think she'll be happy if she can make a third squat today and sort of show what she's capable of in the moment.
It's really tough to compete at a high level in powerlifting and have those sort of side quests. I mean, you've learnt that the hard way recently, right, Alex?
I have. You don't need to talk about that. I might cry.
That's all right, brother. I'll cry with you.
Up next, Marley Broadbeck, Stoic Systems.
7.5 kilo jump here for the second attempt.
And this is a 15 kilo competition PR. A bit tough through the middle there, but I think she lost her balance and kind of made it harder for herself than she needed to. So I think she can stay on the middle of her foot, keep her legs under her. She'll have a better chance of getting a bit more kilos on the last one.
Yeah, we'll see if the coach thinks the same.
Victoria Alexiadis of Nexus Melbourne. 7.5 kilo jump. Now remember, this opener was quite tricky, quite difficult, but they have opted for a 7.5 kilo jump, which is pretty routine around these weights.
2.5 kilo jump here, so I think they thought it was heavy.
Oh, it was 2.5. Goodness, can't read. Yeah, see, that was better than the opener.
Yeah, could have at least gone up 5 there.
So we'll probably see 5 now. Coach looking at her like, why didn't you do that on the first one?
Pressure.
We've all been there. Jacob Hall coming out next. Got pretty lucky on his opener, getting the 180 from beating the Brack command, but he got the lights from the ref, so that's all that matters. Our opinion doesn't matter. But he's taking a 15 kilo jump. He's lifting for Average Joes today. Okay, he's definitely beaten that one. He's definitely beaten that one.
Wait.
Okay.
Still
Unfortunately, no lift.
Still 1-1.
No lift there for Jacob.
That's a very, very generous referee there. He's on the board though, so he can come back out and repeat that and just a little bit more patience after the...
I would probably be tempted in that instance to go for 200 and go for the milestone.
Yeah.
If the second was 195, they're probably expecting 205 to 210. So I think you pull back a little bit. Oh, they're repeating.
Yeah, I was like, before you say
These coaches are smarter than I am, so...
It could be. I mean, I'm not unsure in the open powerlifting, but maybe 195 is a PB.
No,
so
that is his first comp. This is his first comp today, so...
Take the 200, brother.
So Logan Quinn coming out. Got told to pull his singlet up because you're not allowed to have no gap between your singlet and your knee sleeve. And unfortunately for him, the clock doesn't reset. So he's only got 30 seconds now. I mean, 30 seconds is plenty of time.
It's a strange rule they've kept, considering you can have full-length soft suits now, right? Oh, what a grind. Oh, he waited.
That's a tough second from Logan.
That's a situation, you know, if I was trying to reserve myself for the deadlift, I'd actually scrap the third attempt there. Yeah, so recently the IPF approved full-length soft suits, yet they haven't changed the rule around a soft suit touching the knee sleeve, unless it's a full-length soft suit.
I mean, that rule was always put in place so that you couldn't, like, wear 2 soft suits or...
Correct, but then now you could do that with the full-length soft suit.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's one of those, like, grey area rules that probably need to be looked at. 242.5 for Jackson.
Comfortable there. 7.5 below his best. Probably see a PB attempt on the final one here.
Yeah, I could expect at least 10 from Jackson there. That was only a 12.5 kilo jump.
So Nick Love coming out. 252.5. Competing for resilience performance. Now this is a 2.5 kilo competition PB for Nick. Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful squat. Lovely.
Really nice looking squat. He's very happy with it, as he should be. Refs are happy, coach is happy, everybody's happy. We're happy in the commentary box, aren't we, Tyler?
That was a very satisfying squat.
It was really nice. Straight up and down.
Didn't jump the calls.
Yes, everyone is a little bit jumpy in this session. Ruben coming up next. Absolutely smoked 250 on his opener. Taking a 25 kilo jump, 275. This would this would actually be a comp PB. So to equal what he did at Mega Nats, which was a no lift for beating one of the calls. So he's got the strength for it. He's done this in competition strength-wise, but this will be the first opportunity for him to formally lock that down on the platform.
Yeah, I think I called this before with a 25 on that opener. That's how good that opener looked.
Yeah, that opener was really nice.
Important for him to get this one, really, you know, set a good total to be able to have a chance against the Premier bracket.
Oh, the walkout looked harder than the squat, which sometimes you do get with, particularly with the wider hand grip. You did get one red for depth, but two whites is all you need, and that's a good lift for Ruben.
Yeah, sometimes athletes have a lower side based on just their anatomy and their hips. I would be going up as if it was a normal 3 whites because I expect him to still get 2 whites. Even on
The only thing I'd be concerned there is the one rack and walkout, and that would probably come into my calculations when deciding the third attempt, but I'd probably be looking at 290, 295.
Yeah, it's definitely something he'll be able to clean up in the future as well. I work on, I think his steps are maybe a little long.
Yeah, especially when you have those racks in, you don't have to worry about clearing the rack as much, so you can kind of take those small steps. Yeah, he's gone for 290, Ruben has, so we'll see that in about 10 minutes. Now, here is Willie McCallanan out of TSS, the Strength Syndicate. Not to be mistaken with TSF, Strength Fortress. This is 15 kilos below Will's best ever squat and a 17.5 kilo jump. So he's within range of his best or maybe a small PB. His opener was great. And his second was great too.
Yeah, beautiful.
Now put
squat.
yourself in Coach Shea's shoes here. Are you going for the PB or are you trying to match it? What are you looking at here?
I'd have to look at his direct competition, and it's like one of those situations where
He's got no one very close to him in today's session. But obviously, there's 2 120s lifting tomorrow. I think Charles Kafusi will probably be a little bit too far for Will, you know, to try and fend off. But the lifter from Stronghold Ballarat, you know, he could be looking at him and saying, okay, I need to push him as far as I can.
yeah.
So they have decided to go for the equal PB, 292.5, which I think is a good call. That definitely looked like it had a lot of room in it.
And they're probably not trying to overreach there, so they're going for that 3 for 3.
Yeah, when making attempt selections as coaches, you know, the thing I know that what I do is I try to, whatever I think they can do, I'll take 2.5 or 5 kilos off it to be sure that they're going to get that attempt and to increase the probability.
Particularly if they know, and Shea would know this, if he just goes 9 for 9, it's going to be too difficult for them to catch him.
Yeah, the key is made lifts. Kimberly here, 112.5. 2.5 kilo PB attempt. Let's see what the refs say. They love it. There it is. 2.5 kilo PB for Kimberly of the Blunt Force Baddies. She's stoked with it.
Yeah, perfect attempts. I think 115 would have been a little bit too much for her. Marley opting only for a 2.5 kilo jump here. I think we mentioned it was a little bit tough in her second, so she'll try to clean that up, add a 2.5 to her total.
Yeah, and this is a huge PB for her anyway. This is a 17.5 kilo PB. So when you're going as well as she is, you don't want to get too greedy. And I think they've done a good choice here.
Especially because she's projected third.
All right, she's proved that one better than the second one. And that was really nice. And we're saying the refs agree, 3 white lights.
We'll definitely bookmark that spot from Marley there later on and see if that 2.5 kilos matters to the final result.
Up next, Beck Chambers, 5 kilo jump, from 127.5 to 132.5. Weighed in a very light 69.25. Only just made it into the 76s. Usually it's the other way around. Usually you're trying to get in the other way. Oh, that's great execution from Beck.
Beautiful.
Fantastic squatting. She will be really happy with that. 3 white lights.
Also an important attempt for her, just to keep ahead of Marley.
Yeah, that will be a very tight battle between Marley and Beck. Beck currently projected 10 kilos ahead. And Victoria, who's up now, projected about 40 kilos ahead, 50 kilos, sorry, ahead of Beck. So Victoria kind of running her own race, and there's a fight for second. Here she is, Victoria, 2.5 kilo jump. And she's got it.
She got more composed every attempt there.
She got better as the squats went along today, and that is 3 white lights, and that is a competition PB for her. Congratulations to Victoria.
A very, very unusual attempt selection. 145, 147, 150. Very, very interesting.
I think that tells you that today didn't quite go to plan for on squats.
But she walked away 3 for 3.
She walked away 3 for 3, so they adjusted to the day, which is the important part. Something I always say is, once the day starts, you throw the comp plan in the bin, and you watch with your eyes, and you figure out what's going on in front of you.
I'm sure we'll have those moments tomorrow, Alex.
Jacob Hall up now. His 3rd ever squat in competition, 3rd ever lift in competition. Hopefully he waits for the rack command this time. The squat was nice and comfy. He waited. It was deep. Should be good. And it is. 3 white lights for Jacob.
It was the right call to actually stay there. I don't think he had the 5 in him.
Yeah, I think so. Logan Quinn, 5 kilo jump. Now, you said on Logan's second attempt that it could actually be worth scratching. They've decided to take a 5 kilo jump. This would be a 2.5 kilo PR, so it's obviously an important lift for him. He's coming out for it. He's saying, Tyler, what do you know? You don't know me.
He's currently projected 4th, so I think he's going into this more for the PB than for the points.
And unfortunately, no good there. It didn't look like he sapped a lot of energy though, so I don't think it's going to take anything off what he's going to be able to deadlift and bench later.
Yeah,
and a valiant attempt.
Mitigated the fatigue, but yeah, it's one of those situations. He may have had 2.5 in him, but then it wouldn't have been worth it for the effort that he would have put himself through, where he could lose 5 or 10 off the deadlift.
That's right.
And also the impact on the bench press as well with these bigger guys.
Yeah, when you pick attempts, you have to think about what kind of impact this attempt has on what's left in the day. So if you open your squats too heavy, you know, your next squat's going to be harder because the previous one was harder, and then the one after that's going to be harder because the previous one was harder. So you have to kind of space out your attempts in a way where you're going to be preserving energy, but still able to maximize the kilos that you're able to lift. Jackson Mitchell's here, 255. This is a 5 kilo comp PB attempt. And he's done a really good job getting through the middle there.
Very nice. Yeah.
Good attempt selection from Francesco, coach of Stoic Systems. 3 white lights for Jackson.
Yeah, I think they were well aware of what he was capable of then. Good to see.
Nick Love up next. Now, you and I marveled at how nice this second attempt was. He's decided to add 10 to it. I think he's good for it.
Believe.
This will be a 12.5 kilo comp PB. Now, sometimes with competitions like this, everyone puts their spreadsheets together, who they think is going to win. They look up open powerlifting, and they put these lists in of, you know, projected points. But then someone comes along like this and adds, 30, 40 kilos to their total.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to project who's going to finish where, which is why competitions like this are so cool.
This lift actually keeps him within 10 kilos of Mitchell as well. Jackson.
Beautiful third attempt squat there.
As we anticipated, and that keeps him in the race for that second place as well.
Great squatting there from Nick Love. Resilience performance. 3 for 3. We'd love to see it. Up next, Ruben Trevisan out of Hustler Gym Crew. 290 kilos. 5 red bickies and some change. We do have 2 squats left. Then we'll be taking a quick break. And then we'll be back for bench press.
It's just a slight misload there, but the referees, I believe, spotted it, so it's correcting the plate loading.
Can be a big disruption to a lifter getting into the zone and getting ready to come out, because you manage your arousal, you manage your mental state, and you want to time it to when you're ready to walk on the platform. And if something like that can happen, it can be it can be really difficult for a lot of lifters to then come back from that.
Yeah.
So it's really important that we get the loads on the bar right, the rack height's correct, all that kind of stuff. Ruben Trevisan, 290 kilos, third squat attempt, 17.5 kilo PB attempt. Oh, that is nice.
Lovely squat.
He looks strong enough for 300 kilos. And the refs loved it. He even got an extra white light on that attempt to the second attempt. Great lifting from Ruben. Well done, mate.
Yeah, actually usually, very unusual to see that, going from 1 red in the second into 3 whites in the third. But perfectly executed, and that really sets him up well in the 20 plus class, because he's got a reasonable bench and a good deadlift openers there.
Yeah, so he's in at 682.5 for his forecasted total, which is his total from what he just squatted plus his opening bench and his opening deadlift. And his best total ever is 700, so he's going to go well past that today.
Yeah, he's looking good for 700 plus on probably after second attempts on bench and deads. So
William McCallanan, Strength Syndicate, equal PB attempt. He has not competed since March of 2024, so over 2 years. And this would be an equal PB. He's also one of the coaches out of TSS. Beautiful squat there from Will.
control was
That
lovely.
is fantastic lifting. And what a way to wrap up session 3 squats. We will take a quick 10-minute break and we'll be back for bench press.
Incredible hit rate there. All successful bar 1 attempt on both session group A and B.
Yeah, only 1 missed attempt on strength for the whole session there on squats. So like I said, 10-minute break. We'll be back. Don't go too far.
welcome back, guys. So before we get started in a minute and 25 seconds, we'll go through some of the current standings. So in the 120 class, with the 4 athletes currently lifting, there's no actual forecasted totals yet. But I'll be able to quickly have a look at them for us now.
A bit of an update.
Yeah, just running through the current standings. So we've got forecasted places at the moment. So 120s, Williams is currently forecasted first, Jackson is second, and third we got Nick Love with the that was the 120s.
120 plus is just Ruben and what's the other bloke's name?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Ruben well clear of Jacob.
Yeah, and he's got a convincing lead, obviously trying to set a total to do some damage tomorrow up against Callum.
And we'll be starting in 15 seconds. Welcome back to TSF Team Champs 2026. This is session 3 of day 1. We'll be finding out who wins the challenger bracket in about 2 hours' time and who is going to be promoted to the premier bracket. So just a reminder, everyone out there, the newer teams will be competing on the Saturday in the challenger bracket, and the teams that have been promoted lift on the Sunday. So Saturday is for earning your spot into the Sunday competition, and a lot of these lifters will be doing their part for their team to get their team into the premier bracket and lift on Sunday next year. First up, Elise, 60 kilo bench opener. This is actually a PB. So opening with a PB means a lot of progress has occurred, which we'd love to see.
In the 84 class, Elise is forecasted third. We got Sue in seconds and Emily in first currently.
Beautiful opener there, very, very comfortable. Now in the bench press, it is a little bit more technical than the squat that we've just watched. So the referee will give 3 signals. We've got start, press, and rack. The start command won't be given by the referee until the lifter has their head, shoulders, bum and feet flat, bum down on the bench, hands in the correct position, elbows locked. They bring the bar down to their chest. Once the bar is motionless, they'll get a press command, and then they got to return back to where they started to finish before they get the rack command. So you'll see some red lights potentially from the referees today, and you won't quite know what it's for, so we'll try and tell you, because a lot of things can go wrong in a bench press. Su Ling Chin, 65 kilo bench opener. This is an equal PB. And a bit of work.
Yeah.
But there's more in there.
Room in the tank. Would you go 2.5 or 5?
Yeah, I would go 2.5 there. She's lifting for resilience performance.
I did see a bit of movement on the chest, so she could make it a little tighter, get the pace right, and clean it up.
Up next, Victoria Telena, opening her account today at 65 kilos. This was her second attempt at her last comp. So some progress has been made.
In the 85 plus, in third place forecasted, we have Melissa. Second place with Jasmine, and first place with Danielle.
Beautiful opener there from Victoria. 65 moving very nicely. Up next, Madison Snowden. Opening with 2.5 below her PB. 70 kilos in the bar, lifting for blunt force baddies. All 4 of their lifters are actually lifting in this session, which is quite a luxury for the coaches, because there's quite a few coaches who've been here all day and had 2 lifters in one session and 1 in the other 2. Very nice opener.
Beautifully executed.
So her last two comps, she's taken 2 5-kilo jumps. You would imagine we see a 5-kilo jump from that one into the second attempt, which would be a comp PB for Madison. So hopefully we can see that on the next attempt.
Yeah, no reason I wouldn't jump up there. Looks good on the chest, stayed a stacked position.
Up next, Melissa Jane Robb for Didier Vassou coaching. Now, Didier's team is currently in second place overall in the Challengers bracket. And with some extra points from Melissa, should be looking at taking out the Challenger bracket. So there's obviously going to be a couple other teams who are going to gain some points.
Yeah,
but not a lot of people predicted that Didier's team would be, you know, a chance to move up, let alone a chance to actually win the whole thing.
Yeah, because she is currently forecasted 3 white lights there for her. She's currently forecasted for third, which would give them 3 more points. And that would get them up to a tally of 19, which actually would put them in first place. With Defy already having all 4 athletes have competed, so they can't actually gain any more points from
And
this
if you look
group.
at the nominated totals, she's now forecasted in second because they've just put in a jump. So it's actually only 5 kilos on forecast total, separating third and second.
Yeah, this
So
is
if
why...
Melissa Jane's able to get second, it's going to be hard for anyone else to beat Didier's team for the Challenger bracket win today. And that was Emily Gasson of the Stoic Sisters, 75 kilos. Now, she had the best squat grind of the day. If anyone is just tuning in now and didn't see it, go rewind to her 155 kilo attempt and go watch that. It was incredible.
Yeah, their main competition is going to be the Strength Fortress. If Danielle can pull off first in the 84 plus, that brings them to equal 19 points.
And TSS as well have William, who should get 6 points in the 120, which would put them also up to 19.
So it's going to come down to placings. And
because Didier would have 3 first places.
He would win on placings.
Actually, they would all have 2 first places. So it would come down to whatever the tiebreaker is.
Strength Fortress have a second in there, a first, and it would have another first. So they would be above the Strength Fortress.
Click on that. Yeah, so they have 2 first, a second, and a third.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get back to that when it actually occurs. Danny Cheng, 80 kilo opener. Beautiful.
A lovely opener there.
That was her second attempt at her last competition. So we saw some 15 kilo increase in her squat. And we should see another improvement in the bench press today, just chipping away and building that total.
The bench press is going to slow this competition down, so we can really have a look at the technique of individual athletes. We'll talk a little bit, about the teams and what we think is going to happen. As I mentioned before, like these squats were particularly important, potentially setting up a place above their competitor.
Jasmine Connell here of Stoic Sisters. Another athlete opening very close to a PB. And man, that was so easy. That was 80 kilos. Her best is 82.5 in competition. So we're going to definitely see a PB out of Jasmine.
Yeah, great progress on bench press. 3
So
whites
she did improve her her squat by 15. So just like we said with Danny, another athlete just adding huge kilos to the total and making it really difficult to predict who's going to win based on these nominations. Rochelle Georgeson, a more experienced lifter than the few that have just gone, which mean that the progress is a little slower, so a little bit easier to predict. Her best benching competition is 87.5. So it would appear based on that she's going to go for an equal PB or a small PB today.
This is the final opener for Group A.
Beautiful. Beautiful start there for Rochelle. 80 kilos just like that. Happy days, 3 white lights. We're going to go back to the start of the group with Elise. 5 kilo jump for Elise. This will be a 7.5 kilo PB for her. First time benching the blue plates in competition is always a great day.
And as we alluded to before, there's 2.5 kilos between third and second so far now, once the benches are on the board.
Elise Talib of Blunt Force Baddies. Beautiful.
Yeah, really, really good setup there. Very technical. Coach is happy.
Su Ling Ching up next from Resilience Performance. 2.5 kilo jump. Now Su Ling's actually the only lifter who's taken a 2.5 kilo jump. Every other woman in this group has taken a 5 kilo jump. So we did say at the time that her opener was probably the one that was the most work. Now we'll see if it's just maybe an off day for her, or if it was a mis-executed opener, if this one goes really well. Now, it did look better. The last one was a little wonky.
Yeah, it was tighter on the chest.
That's 3 white lights for her. Good job.
Naturally, I'd expect her just to go up another 2.5 and secure that 70 kilos.
And that was a competition PB of 2.5 kilos. So she was able to put 20 kilos on her squat. And she's now added 2.5 kilos to her bench press. It's been a really good day so far for Su Ling. 5 for 5. Up next, Victoria Telena of Blunt Force Baddies, 70 kilos. Beautiful. Equal competition PB, just like that. Saw a 5 kilo jump from first to second there. Would you be looking at 5 kilos from second to third off of that?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I thought that was almost conservative, if anything.
Yeah, bench does catch up with you quickly, though.
It does, but we tend to see that with lifters with a shorter range of motion and a very precise technique.
And the narrow grip as well.
Madison Snowden, 75 kilos. Her first time benching the red plates in competition. A great milestone for every lifter. Beautiful. And the refs love it too. 3 white lights. Madison just collecting kilos throughout the day. She's now 5 for 5, going into her final bench press attempt. Melissa Jane Robb coming up next. We mentioned before the importance of second place in the 84 plus kilo class. And it looks like it's going to come down to Melissa Jane and Jasmine. But also Danny is only 10 kilos clear as well. So we could see a 3-way battle for the podium. Here's Melissa Jane, 80 kilos. It definitely looked like she pressed that one away from her face a little bit.
Yeah, misgrooved, and once she brought it back, cleaned it up.
Yeah. So our shoulder is our anchor point in the bench press, and if the barbell drifts away from the shoulder further, it's going to be more difficult to finish the lift. So that's why you'll hear a lot of coaches cue their lifters to press back towards their face. We're pressing back towards that anchor point of the shoulder.
Yeah, Mel also got I'd say the core was a bit quick as well with the movement on the chest. So if she cleans that movement up and gets the press pattern right, she'll clean it up for her.
Emily Gasson here of Stoic Sisters. Tough second attempt. Maybe has another 2.5. We might see that as her limit today. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, that's a 5 kilo competition PB. So she's up by 12.5 from her subtotal at her most recent competition, where she totaled 382.5. She might be looking at her first ever 400 today.
Sorry? No one's talked.
Here is Danny Cheng of TSF, hometown hero. Beautiful second attempt on bench. The refs love it, 3 white lights. extending her lead over the other 84-plus women by another 5 kilos. That pushes her subtotal out to 280.
Currently have 636 viewers. Great turnout for day one on the live stream.
Good day, everyone. If you want to say anything, you want to ask us anything, you want to talk to us, hit up the live chat and we'll reply. Up next, Brishelle Georgeson of Groove Lifting Club, 85 kilo second attempt bench press, 5 kilo jump from her opener, 2.5 away from her best ever bench. This will decide whether the coach decides to play for an equal PB attempt, or a 2.5 PB. And I think we're going to go equal, based on how that one went. And it's 3 white lights. Up next, Jasmine Connell of Stoic Sisters, 7.5 kilo jump. This will put her just 2.5 kilos below Danny Cheng on subtotal. Danny is nominated with the bigger deadlift, but we have seen Stoic Sisters lifters take big jumps today, which means she's definitely within range of the win. It'll be interesting to see how these deadlifts play out, whether the coaches go for the win, whether they secure second, whether they try and push the lifter who's in third place too far. We'll see what happens. Lots of things can happen here. That's why we love powerlifting. That's why we love team champs. Jasmine Cannell, 87.5, just like that. Fantastic lifting.
Lovely attempts. A bit of the shakes in the arms, but made it look easy.
Yeah, really good there. I'd expect another 5. That was a 5 kilo comp PB. Now these lifters just showing off how much they've improved today. Lots of improvement between whenever their last competition was and today's comp, which we love to see. And back to the start of the group. Elise Salib, 70 kilos. This is a 12.5 kilo bench press PB. I don't remember the last time I hit a 12.5 kilo bench PB. Probably never, actually. Blunt force baddies showing up in full force today. All 4 of their lifters lifting in this session. They've done a really good job collecting kilos so far. And unfortunately, bit off a little more than they can chew there. So she will get credit for her second attempt of 65 kilos, which, like we mentioned, was still a big PB for her, so she'll be happy with her benching today. Up next, Su-Ling Ching of Resilience Performance. Currently projected second in the 84 kilo class.
Yeah, adding that 5 kilos to bench is so much. You can make your second look easy and then miss your third of 5 kilos, or even just 2.5 kilos as well.
So 2.5 kilo jump for Su-Ling. Her second was nice. She'll have to get this one right. And she has done a fantastic job with that one.
Perfect.
Stayed under the bar, stayed balanced, was able to put her body in a really good position, so she was able to use all of her muscles correctly. And these 3 white lights, great lifting there from Su-Ling, taking her to a 6 for 6 day. You know what I always say, Tyler, you can't go 7 for 6. Can't do any better than 6 out of 6, so you can't be unhappy with a 6 for 6 subtotal day. Victoria Telena, blunt force baddie, 75 kilo attempt. Her first time ever benching the red plates in the competition. She'll be pumped with this if she can knock it over. Another 5 kilo jump. Oh, she has smoked it. It's one of those ones where you check and double check if the bar was loaded correctly. That was so easy.
Yeah, and a generous call again. There was a lot of movement in the bar on the chest then, but got the press call and cleaned it up.
Up next, Madison Snowden, 2.5 kilo jump. And this would be a 5 kilo comp PB. So she was able to equal her best squat today, and she's currently 2.5 kilos above her best bench already. This would give her 5 kilos on her best bench and 5 kilos on her best subtotal. Beautiful bench. Absolutely perfect execution there from Madison. Blunt force baddies, another 3 for 3 on bench press.
Yeah, this is good to see. More successful for third attempts than not.
Melissa Jane Robb looking to add another 2.5 kilos to her bench. The second one was quite tricky. So they've gone the smallest possible increment.
So we'll keep it just a little bit more in touch with that second place spot.
And the bar dipped a little bit there, so even if she locks it out, I don't think she'll get given credit for it. And she's not going to lock it out anyway.
What a grind, Jesus.
Great effort there from Melissa.
Unfortunately, couldn't get that one done, but she only lost 2.5 kilos off her total by missing that one. So still in the fight, particularly if she can have a good day on deadlifts.
Typically bench press grinds like that don't take a lot out of lifters, so I wouldn't be worried about that if I were her coach and whether that affects how much I think she can deadlift. Up next is Emily. Stoic Sisters having a day. Now she's projected first in the 84, and it's going to be a half-ass for anyone to catch her. And that is why, because her lifting has been fantastic today. Been executing really well. Yeah, and there's another 2.5 kilos added to her total.
Yeah, got a commanding lead there.
So based on projections, she is 22.5 kilos clear of second place. So she should be pretty safe from here. Up next, Danny Cheng of TSF. 2.5 kilo PB attempt here. And she needed every part of her strength to lock that one over. Great execution there from Danny. 3 white lights. Coach Josh is absolutely pumped. TSF is going bonkers.
We've got a crowd favourite here.
Rochelle Georgeson, 87.5 kilos. Equal PB attempts. And an important 2.5 kilos here to keep her within range of the podium. Based off of the forecasted total, she's 5 kilos behind third place and only 12.5 kilos behind second place. So we've still got a very close battle in the 84 plus class today. Unfortunately, too heavy today. So she'll get credit for her second attempt at 85.
And again, only losing 2.5 off the total, so it's not
So only losing 2.5. Melissa Jane also lost 2.5, so you know, kind of even Stevens there. Now this is a very important 5 kilo jump for Jasmine. This puts her within 7.5 kilos of Danny Cheng. And it's going to come down to the deadlifts. All 3 podium places in this 84 plus class are going to come down to the deadlifts. It's a very important battle for the overall as well.
That's what we want to see.
And we've only got one 84 plus lifter competing tomorrow. Beautiful. Man, they could have done 95. Hey, man, Stoic Sisters have just been crushing their attempts. Really, really great job. from India and her team. Now moving on to Flight B for session 3. Beck Chambers will open us up today with a 65 kilo opener.
Currently projected in second place.
And only 10 kilos clear of Marley. So we'll see a battle there for second in the 76 kilo class.
And another 7.5 kilos into fourth. So we have a battle on our hands.
Yeah, those points are going to be really important to see who can get out of the challenger bracket or potentially even win the challenger bracket today. Beautiful opener there for Beck.
Very reactive to that press command. Beautiful.
Up next, 67.5 for Marley. Marley lifting for Stoic Systems, not to be confused with Stoic Sisters. Only one letter difference in the team name. And yes, I'm aware that Systems is not actually spelled, Sisters is, sorry, not actually spelled with a Y, but they have spelled it with a Y. Is anyone talking to us in the chat?
Yeah, guys, please use the chat function. Ask any questions while we're going over bench press.
Marley Borbeck, 67.5, just like that. Very white lights. That's just 2.5 kilos below her best. So we saw a nice improvement on squat today. Looks like we're going to see a nice improvement on bench today as well. Which is great to see. Toria up next with a 75 kilo opener. 5 kilos below her best ever bench.
Yeah, having a great day, Victoria.
Her most recent comp was USAPL Nationals, where she won the bronze medal in the open 82.5 kilo class. So today competing in the 76 kilo class. So she's done a really good job to continue getting stronger with a drop in weight class.
And it was nice to see an easy opener there comparison to her opener squat as well.
Up next, Kimberly, Blunt Force Baddies. $82.5 kilo bench opener. Best bench is 90. I expect to see this one absolutely fly. She was able to knock over a 2.5 kilo squat PB. Great benching there from Kimberly, really good start.
So regarding your question, does TSF do team champs every year? Yes, they do. And also this competition and what happens today impacts what's going to happen next year. Because the top 4 teams of the Challengers bracket are going to be promoted to the Premier bracket for next year. And then vice versa, there's a few teams in the Premier bracket that are going to be demoted into the Challengers bracket for the 2027 team champs.
There's a big goal for a lot of the coaches to find their way out of the Challenger bracket. And then also lift the coaches in the Premier bracket to stay in and hold on to their spot. So we'll see a lot of that tomorrow. See a lot of that tonight. Coaches doing the best they can to get their team in the best position for not just today, but for also for next year.
Yeah, there's going to be some critical battles tomorrow that really determine whether a team can come 3rd or 4th and or be demoted into the Challengers bracket for 2027.
Ruben up now. 142.5 kilo opener. 10 off his best. Surprising amount of work for an opener, especially given how easy his squats were. He's very happy with the handout from Con. So good job, Con. Shout out to you.
Yeah, and he's going to have to make up total on the bench press as well, because I think his competition is going to outbench him tomorrow. You
can only do what you can do. You don't have to worry too much about what others can do. thinking about what others can do doesn't just magically add 2.5 or 5 kilos to your bench. You've got to be realistic about what you can do. So as much as they may have a stronger bench than you, doesn't really mean that you're able to actually do any more just by wanting to.
Yeah, it just means making smart calls, going 6 for 6 on squat and bench.
Jacob Hall, 150. But he waited for all the calls there, which is better than he did on his first couple of squats. And he gets 3 white lights, 150. First bench in his competition career on the board.
Yeah, what a competition for your first.
Nick Love up now, 155 kilos.
Glad I could answer that question for you there. And hello, Michael.
Hello, Michael. See you tomorrow, buddy. Now, this is 10 kilos below Nick's best ever bench press. He was able to hit a 12.5 squat PB. Should be good for a small bench PB today, 2.5 or 5. That looked good. 155 on the board for Nick.
Yeah, he's looking good.
And same weight stays on the bar for Will and also stays on the bar for Jackson, the next 2 lifters. Will boasting a best bench of 170. Was able to hit an equal squat PB today. So might just be trying to equal his best today. Oh, beautiful. Will, you're supposed to do your warm-ups in the warm-up room.
Yeah, he's got a commanding lead, so he doesn't have to do anything special, just get the numbers on the board.
Great start for Will.
All right, this is the 120 battle here. So 2.5 kilos between second and third.
So when we say there's only 2.5 kilos, what we're referring to is the forecaster total, which adds up their submitted attempts. So obviously that can change if people make lifts or if people take smaller or bigger jumps than their opponent. But it is the best way to kind of suss the competition and see how it's going at any moment. Jackson Mitchell there of Stoic Systems, 155, easy as you like. And up next, Logan Quinn. Currently nominated in 4th.
This is to put everyone on the board for bench press in Group A and B.
Yeah, we didn't see any missed openers, did we?
No, sir.
It's always good to see. I bet you were just going to jinx it now.
Please, Logan, get this one.
Please, buddy.
He's asking for a very specific handout.
And it is up to the lifter to give the handout person the right instructions because people do like it very differently.
Particularly now that we've jinxed him.
I don't believe in jinxes, Tyler, do you?
I was kind of nervous. It was probably the hardest opener we've had for the group, so I was a little bit nervous.
Jinxes are real. Beck Chambers, 70 kilos. You mentioned earlier, Groove Lifting Club today, coached by Alexandra Delaportas. But she is the head coach of Paragon Strength and Performance, which are competing tomorrow. So a very big weekend for Beck.
You could almost hear the silence of us then watching that attempt.
To this round 2 of bench press here for Group Flight B, sorry.
Yeah, see with the 5 kilo jump. Yeah. I reckon this is going to move well.
4 kilos below her best ever bench. Back in the World Powerlifting days when we could do 1 kilo increments. Nice. Now if I was Beck's coach there, I'd be looking at 72.5.
Yeah, I vote we bring that in 1 kilo jumps.
Love 1 kilo jumps. Beck also very happy with Con's handout. So Con getting some street cred today with his handouts. Recently just got back from coaching in Poland at Bench World Championships. Actually coached my lifter Kate. So thanks Con, you're the man.
Yeah, the legend of our community, that's for sure. Helped me out last minute in my last competition, MC'd for me.
What a guy.
What a man. Wonder if he'll do the boat race with us.
Yes, just a call to anyone who's attending the banquet after party. If you want to be involved in a boat race, come and find me. Marley Broadbeck, 72.5 kilo, second attempt bench press. Unfortunately missed there, which was surprising because her opener was good.
Yeah, that 5 kilos is everything on bench press. But yeah, that was just too heavy. I don't even think she could do anything specifically, technically to make that any better as well. I mean, I'd love to see it. It'd be a massive turnaround.
It didn't look like it, but sometimes that will happen in bench press, where the lifter will come out and just like do something very small, and it makes a huge difference, and then they'll come out and nail it on the third. So hoping for that to occur for her. Victoria Alexiadis from Nexus Melbourne coming out now. Heavy favourite in the 76 kilo class today. Huge deadlift opener of 170. Can't wait to see that. 80 kilos on the bar. Beautiful. She had some troubles with her squats. Coach Ari actually came and told me that he wanted to lower her opener, but he missed the cutoff time, which is why they ended up taking those 2 small jumps. But it looks like they've picked the right opener for bench press, because that second was great, and she's got some room in the tank that she'll pick up on her third.
And sometimes that can happen. You can be off on a squat, but then be on for bench and deads. Just because one's not going well doesn't mean you can't finish the day well.
Kimberly up now with 87.5. She's a bit of a bench specialist. Recently did bench press nationals. Came 5th in the 76 kilo class with a 87.5 kilo bench, which is what she's attempting here. Her best all time is 90. We hope to see that or a PB on the third attempt. So we'll see how this one goes first. Looked like she pressed it really well and then all of a sudden just lost it. So definitely looked like a misgroove there, sort of halfway up. Definitely fixable.
It looks like she come back way too early and almost dangerously was going to drop it, but the spotters were onto it.
Yeah, great catch from our spotting team.
Kimberly's up to just a repeat, obviously, which was good, so 87.5. Victoria has gone up 2.5 from that 80 kilos. Yeah, Ruben's up next with a 150 second attempt, 7.5 over his opener.
2.5 below his best bench, so he'll be hoping for a PB on bench today.
Coach is watching very intently.
Oh, that looked much better than his first one. Yeah, really, really nice. Looked like he just needed to control it a little more. He went a bit faster than that in the descent on the first attempt. Was able to correct it there. Good job from Ruben, lifting for Hustler Lifting Crew.
Every athlete has like an ideal pace, and some athletes actually do better with like a slower eccentric, and then for some athletes that destroys their bench, and they can't bench nowhere near as much, losing or not having as much pace on their bench. So good to see him clean that up, and you should be able to take a good 5.
He's gone up 7.5, which I think is a good call. I think he's got the strength for that if he can execute it.
Yeah, if you can hit it the same way.
Jacob Hall, first competition. It's a big bench for a first competition. This is my PB. I'm jealous.
Strong boy.
A good attempt. And you got one yellow card on the right-hand side. Now, a yellow card can mean a lot of things. Most likely, it's a bum lift, but it could have been a change in foot position. It could have been beating one of the calls.
Yeah, I did see a bit of a jolt from in his body, so my guess would be the bum lifts. Just watching the replay now, his feet don't look like they moved as well.
Now, from where we're sitting and from the front, it's very difficult to see bum lift unless it's like egregious. Sometimes it can be hard to tell. Jackson Mitchell, 162.5. Stoic Systems. Nice attempt. That puts him within range of his best ever bench of 170. Logan Quinn coming up next. Now, he was the last bencher in the first round, but he's taken a smaller jump than the two lads before him, so now they've jumped him and he's going to go before them. So just a 5 kilo jump for Logan. This is an equal PB attempt.
And because Logan is the lower lot number, he has to go first before the other two athletes.
So he started to come onto the platform, but you cannot enter the platform until the MC says the bar is loaded. You come on early, you'll be told to get out of here. Logan lifting for a new team, Summit Systems, coached by Tony Newen, Hot Tony, for those who remember Hot Tony.
Yes, the best charisma in the business.
I think it was Team Champs 2018 that we gave him that nickname, Hot Tony. And that's a bit too much today. So he'll have another go on that on his third attempt. It didn't look like he did anything wrong there. It might just be one of those off days on bench press. Coach Tony's giving him some advice on what he can do technically. So hopefully he's able to clean that up and get on his last attempt.
Two more athletes in Group B to the bench.
Nick Love coming out with 165.
Should say two more for the second attempt, leading into third attempts.
So Nick is lifting in the 120. He's currently projected in third. But only 12.5 behind second. It's a nice attempt. And that's an equal PB for Nick on bench press.
And that was an important 10 kilos to stretch him out from Jackson as well, who only opted for a 7.5 kilo jump.
So Nick and Jackson only 12.5 kilos separated currently on forecast. Once Nick pushed this attempt in, the gap will shorten a little bit as well. Yep, now it's 7.5. So we're getting a nice tight battle on our hands for second place in the 120. Just looking to come second to this man, William McCallanan. He has had a great day so far. Made mincemeat of his first bench press. 10 kilo jump for Will, which I think will go swimmingly. And he gets a really nice soft touch of the bar, which means you're going to get a great press call from the referee. Awesome bench there from Will. Nothing wrong with that one. So the rule book says that you don't get a press call from the chief referee until the bar is motionless. And sometimes lifters will sort of sink the bar into their chest, or it'll bobble around a little bit. and that will mean that you'll get a slower press call, which will, you know, make it more difficult for you to press the bar up. And if you're able to get the bar still very quickly, you're able to get a quicker press call, spend less time on your chest, and have a bit more power and strength to actually finish the attempt. Here comes Beck Chambers, 72.5 kilos, 2.5 kilo jump. She's having a great day so far. She's 5 out of 5. Can you do better than 5 out of 5, Tyler?
No, sir.
You hate my jokes already.
Something that we look for as coaches as well is the referee calls, how long the press calls are, how generous they've been on the calls as well.
Fortunately, a bit too heavy for Beck today. I hyped her up about being 5 for 5, and then she missed. So I think the commentator's curse is real, and I think we should shut our mouths. Should we just sit here in silence?
Yeah. Yeah, let's just not talk about attempts, success, history, placings. You're right, we're going to have to sit here in silence. Let's just talk about us.
Marley Broadbeck of Stoic Systems. Now she missed this on her second. We'll see if she can clean it up if there was anything that actually went wrong. Yeah. That was very easy. It looked like she beat the press command.
Yeah. Trying to get a little bit more out of that third attempt.
And yes, so unfortunately no lift there for going a bit early. It did look easy though.
Yeah, and that just tells me that she wasn't pressing for a long time in a prep. It can really catch out some athletes if they haven't gotten used to it. And so they're so strong when they're doing like touch and go, but as soon as they have to pause it that like half second longer, it really catches up with them if they have no conditioning for it.
Sometimes lifters will try and guess the press call, or they don't practice with press calls and they kind of time it on their own. And part of the skill of the bench press is actually reacting to the call. Because they do come at different lengths, because there is obviously differences in referees and how generous or strict they are. So you kind of have to get better at actually learning how to listen to the calls and reacting. Victoria Alexiadis of Nexus Melbourne.
Yep,
that was a 2.5 kilo PB for Victoria. Well done to her.
First successful third for this group.
She's a runaway favourite for the 76 class. Doesn't look like anyone can catch her today. There are a few 76ers lifting tomorrow though, so she's going to put up the benchmark and they're going to aim to try and beat her. And it can be a bit of a disadvantage being on the first day because you don't know what's going on with the other lifters. But it can also be an advantage because you can just play your own race, go 9 for 9, build the best total you can. If they're able to beat you, so be it. But you don't let the others influence you in that way. Here's Kimberly with 87.5, repeating her second attempt. And she's done a much better job staying under the bar that time. She just kind of lost her balance a little bit on the way up last time. Wasn't able to lock it out, but that one was much better.
Yeah, awesome to see her clean that up and nearly went through the banner as well.
Up next, Ruben, 7.5 kilo jump, 5 kilo competition PB. And if he makes this, his forecasted total will be 697.5. His best ever total is 700. So he's going to blow past that, provided he makes 2 deadlifts. And he hasn't missed yet.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. What have I done? Now, you know what? I back Ruben here. Second was great. I back him. So remember, in that second attempt, he slowed his descent down a lot, and it really helped him. Yeah, nice slow descent again. See if he can stay balanced under it. Beautiful attempt there from Ruben. The commentator's curse is dead.
Perfect.
Ruben just killed the commentator's curse.
My man.
Awesome lifting from Ruben. 6 for 6 going into deadlifts. Up next, Jacob Hall, 160. First comp for Jacob.
Big bench for your first comp. Yeah, Ruben sitting nicely with a 697.5 if he gets his opener and deadlifts.
Unfortunately, a little bit too heavy there for Jacob.
Yeah, again, only lost 2.5 off his total, so
Yeah, essentially maximised his bench press day. Logan Quinn up next. Missed 165 on his second attempt. Gets a chance to repeat it here. We have seen Kimberly come back and make a missed second attempt. We saw Marley make her third attempt but beat the press call but had the strength for it. So there's a chance that Logan's able to do it. We'll see if he can clean up the technique. See if Tony Nguyen has had any advice for him here and if he's able to improve upon what he did on his second attempt.
here we go.
And after this attempt, we have 3 attempts in a row at 170. It's always nice for the spotters and loaders to not have to change the bar. Makes the meat go a very small amount faster.
Long start.
And unfortunately not there today. So probably not what Logan expected today on bench press, only making his opener. But he didn't really lose any kilos today. So he's not too far behind what he possibly could have done today.
Yeah, not entirely sure what he's done in training. I assume he's probably done around that 165, but yeah, after the heavy squat and also missing a squat, that can be the difference in getting a second or third bench press. The battle for the 120s starts to spice up with Nick sitting in third place currently.
Yeah, Nick and Jackson fighting it out for second place in the 120. Both having a chance to extend their subtotal here. Nick by 5 kilos, Jackson by 7.5 kilos. Both attempting 170. What a fight that was.
Perfect attempt.
Great job from Nick. 5 kilo bench press PB to go on top of a 12.5 kilo squat PB. Quick maths, that's a 17.5 kilo subtotal PB for Nick, and he'll be looking to add to that total PB on the deadlifts shortly. Willie McCullinen, 120, heavy favorite in today's challenger bracket. Looking to set the benchmark total for the lifters tomorrow to beat. $170 kilos, an equal PB. He was able to equal his squat PB today. And he was able to equal his bench press PB today too. Will having a great day. 6 out of 6.
Yep, only one.
Unfortunately, one red light there for elbow depth, which is the first one of those we've seen. Quickly explain that rule. The elbow must be lowered to the level of the front of the shoulder, the top of the shoulder, which is very difficult to see. And it's being refed quite inconsistently, to be honest. It's quite a frustrating rule as lifters and coaches.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy around it.
Now, a lot of lifters have had to change their technique to meet the elbow depth rule. But it doesn't really matter because he's still got 2 white lights and that 170 counts. Here's Jackson Mitchell trying to stay in second place. And that is it. 3 lifts in a row, 170 kilos, all easy as you like.
maintains a 7.5 kilo lead against Nick there, and he also has the bigger deadlift opener, so in a good position to maintain second.
Jackson is also the lighter lifter, so he will only have to match the total of Nick on his final deadlift to take second place. So we're going to have another quick 10-minute break. Before we do that, we're just going to give everyone a quick recap on the placings for the Challenger bracket. So currently in first place is Defy Coaching, but they have had all 4 of their lifters compete. So that is the most that they can score, is 18 points. Currently in second place, Didier Vasu Coaching. They've had 3 lifters compete with Melissa Jane Robb in a hotly contested 84 kilo plus class. So we'll see how she places and how many points she can get. Adaptive SC is currently in third, but they have had all 4 lifters compete. Dark Horse currently in fourth, but they have had all 4 lifters compete. And then the 2 teams in 5th and 6th place, Strength Fortress and Strength Syndicate, looking to take home first place and add 6 points to their current score of 13, which would put them clear of the current first place score. So lots is going to happen in the next session in deadlifts, and we will be back in 9 minutes and 15 seconds to find out. Welcome back to TSF Team Champs 2026. Day 1, Session 3, Challenger Bracket. We have 15 teams competing today trying to get into the Premier Bracket for 2027. And it is time for deadlifts. Elise Salib opening up her account with 130. A very comfortable opener, 3 white lights.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but is it the top 4 in the challenges goes to the Premier Bracket for 2027?
So the top 4 guarantee a spot, but that doesn't mean that more couldn't also. So basically the scores on the Challenger Day are frozen, the top 4 go through. But if your team finishes in the top 10 or the top however many compete in Premier the following year, even if you finish 6th or 5th in the Challenger, if your team's still ranked high enough at the end of Premier Day, you can still go through.
Yeah.
So there may be a couple of teams who don't get the automatic entry into Premier today, but still hang on and earn their spot for next year.
Yeah, and that will come from Premier Bracket athletes knocking off the teams that were above them in the Challengers Day. Which is a little bit of unlucky, you would call it, because it's kind of out of their power in that way.
That's why it's so important to get on that Premier Day. Su Ling Ching, 137.5 kilos. That was a 7.5 kilo comp deadlift PB. So she's had a day.
Good to see a lot of athletes going 6 for 6 so far, and there was a 7 for 7 for Sue.
Emily Gasson up next. $142.5 kilos for Emily. Oof. That's quick.
Just like her squat, she has that little like dip during the lift, which is very unusual for an athlete.
Whatever it was, didn't seem to slow her down at all, because that was absolute lightning.
Seems to be working. Again, 7 for 7.
So Emily is our projected first place finisher in the 84 kilo class. Doesn't look like anyone's going to get super close to her, especially given how easy that deadlift was. Up next, Jasmine Cornell, also out of Stoic Sisters. Currently projected in 2nd place in the 84 plus, but only 2.5 kilos behind Danny. Will be up in a couple lifters. We have only a 20 kilo spread between 1st and 4th in the 84 plus class today. So every deadlift carries lots of importance. These athletes and coaches will be trying to make sure that they make 3 out of 3 deadlifts and finish their day as high in the standings as they can. Rochelle Georgeson up next, 150 kilos.
So this is where the competition gets real spicy, where we can start to see placings for the teams fall in.
Three white lights for Rochelle, 150 kilos.
And there we go, all of a sudden, Stoic Sisters jumps up to first place in 20 points.
Danny with a very nice opening deadlift there. 152.5, that puts her into the lead. So we will see TSF jump up. And we'll see TSF jump up. Where are they? Currently loading.
we go. Yeah,
So TSF now in first, bumping Stoic Sisters down to third. Madison Snowden there from Blood Force Baddies.
yeah, lovely opener.
Two deadlifts left. Victoria Telena and Melissa Jane Robb, both competing in the 84 plus class. This will put Victoria into 5th place. Beautiful looking deadlift opener there for Victoria. Easy as you like, 160 kilos on the board. Now the last 6 deadlifts have been between 150 and 160, but we're going to jump that bar all the way up to 180 for Melissa Jane Robb.
Flexing on everybody.
It's a big advantage to be the heaviest deadlifter because you get to see what everyone does before you and you get to select exactly what you need. 180 is a milestone lift for any lifter. 4 blue plates at the bro gyms.
The juicy 4 blues. I still remember my first.
I think mine was my first time ever deadlifting. How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, it took me a few years. How much you benching?
Beautiful opener there from Melissa Jane. That gives her a total of 420 kilos, which for now is in 4th, but is only 5 kilos shy of 3rd. Sorry, that does actually put her in 3rd currently. So after one round of deadlifts, 84 kilo class, we have Emily, followed by Suling, followed by Elise. And in the 84 plus, we have Danielle, followed by Jasmine, followed by Melissa Jane, and then only 7.5 kilos behind her is Rochelle.
Yeah, with getting that opener on the board, Didier's team has gone back up to 2nd place, which would be by placings, because the Strength Fortress are in 1st, with first, 2nd, 4th, versus first, 3rd, 3rd. So,
yep. So that 2nd place that TSF were able to pick up earlier in today with Kaylee Nguyen is what's the difference between those two teams right now. So if Didier is able to get 2nd place with Melissa Jane, that will give them an extra point, which will put them ahead of TSF, give them 20 points, which will put them in the lead for the challenge bracket and win them $1,000. Elise Salib, 140 kilos, 2nd attempt, super duper cruisy. She's happy with it. 3 white lights. And that was a 5 kilo PB for Elise, so she'll be stoked with that.
yeah, this is what I was saying before with this battle with Melissa for 2nd and 3rd is so important because it could be the difference in them winning or not.
Su Ling Ching coming up next. Out of Brazilian's performance, 145 kilos, 7.5 kilo jump, 15 kilo comp PB. Beautiful.
Easy 2nd jump there.
That gives her a total of 365, which is a 40 kilo improvement. So just an awesome day for Su Ling Ching. She's had a day. Emily Gasson, our final 84 kilo lifter of this group. There are a few more competing tomorrow, but Emily will be setting the benchmark for those Premier Bracket teams to aim for. This deadlift won't shift the standings at all. She's currently comfortably in 1st and doesn't look like anyone will be able to catch her from here. She's kind of just running her own race now, and that's another 3 white lights for her. Taking her total to 392.5. Now, because there's nothing else to play for, there's no placings to play for, there's no, you know, lifts to shift the standings at all. Do you just load the 400 kilo even?
Yeah, this is where the athletes can have a bit of fun with it. Go for a PB or go for like maybe a clean number.
Up next, Madison Snowden, 84 plus, Blunt Force Baddies, 160. Nice. Three white lights. She's had a great day today so far.
This is the battle for the 84 plus. With Jasmine currently in second place.
So yeah, Jasmine is currently in second place. Looking to add 12.5 kilos to her total to give her 445. Very comfortable. Now, based on that, she's now at 445. Melissa Jane would be at 435 with her second attempt. The way I see it, if they make a third attempt, 170, 172.5, I don't think that Melissa Jane can catch her from here. So it's up to India and the coaching team of Stoic Sisters to kind of be a little bit conservative here and almost just like protect second place as opposed to trying to reach as many kilos as you can. As you can see, that deadlift has just put them into first place overall in the challenger bracket with 20 points.
Yeah, so making sure they hit that third because otherwise Mel could be in reach if they do miss the third.
That's right. Rochelle, 162.5. That is 7.5 below her best. And it looked like she's got room in the tank for a PB today. So we'll see if that gets loaded on the third attempt. Up next is Danny Cheng. So this lift would give her a total of 447.5, which would put her back into first place. And it would put TSF back into first place. So this jostle between the 84 kilo plus bars really affecting not just the two teams involved, but also Groove Lifting Club. Beautiful second for Danny. Quite a bit of room in the tank. So Jasmine now will be trying to push Danny as far as she can. So she'll want to make sure that she makes to protect second place, but she'll also want to make sure that she pushes herself into first far enough that it could actually force a miss out of Danny. So some interesting strategy coming up. It'll be cool to see how they decide to play it. Up next, Victoria, 170. Blunt Force Baddies once again. Completely just taken over day one, session 3.
Danielle just had 300 put in for her third attempt, but surely a mistake from the tech test.
I think she's good for it. Gets it through, big smile on her face. Great lifting there from Victoria. And the final deadlift of this round. Melissa Jane Robb, 195. This will put her into third place and give her a 10 kilo advantage over Brichelle. But it will also be 10 kilos behind Jasmine and 12.5 kilos behind Danny. So this will shift Didier's team to 19 points.
Yeah, this is an important pull here, just to set her up for a third. A lot of room in the tank there.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Very nice. Second attempt. 15 kilo jump too.
So that will move Didier to Vasu coaching to 19 points. Jumping back ahead of the 5. But below the Strength Fortress, who are our current leaders. Now it is worth noting that the Strength Syndicate, who are down at 13 points, currently in, I believe, 7th, currently in 8th. They have one more lifter to come, Willie McCallum, who doesn't have a total yet because he hasn't deadlifted. And he's looking like a guaranteed 6 points. So Strength Syndicate will be at 19. Currently, Didier Vasu is at 19. And currently, the Strength Fortress are at 19. So we have a 3-way tie on points, but they'll be separated by the tiebreakers.
It looks like Strength Fortress will be safe from them, but Didier and the Stoke Sisters won't be, so they've got to make sure Didier's it's really important that they get that second place in that.
Yeah, so this battle between Stoic Sisters and the Strength Fortress for first place in the 84 could decide the challenger bracket. Elise Salib, 150, third attempt. Awesome attempt for her. Got the 2 white lights, that's all you need. Great day on the platform for Elise. With a 15 kilo deadlift PB there. And that attempt gave her a 340 kilo total, which is a 15 kilo total PB. So awesome lifting there from Elise. And third place in the 84s. Su Ling Ching, out of resilience performance, 155 kilos. Deciding to go for a 10 kilo jump. She's had a fantastic day. She's added 40 kilos to her total. This will give her a 50 kilo total PR. And she locks it out.
Very nice.
I don't know why the refs wouldn't like it. And they do love it. It's 3 white lights. Su Ling Chin, your silver medalist in the 84 for the Challenger Day. And a 50 kilo improvement on her total.
Can't not be happy with that.
What a day for her. Up next, Emily Gasson, 165 kilos. This will give her a 402 kilo total and a 20 kilo total PB from her competition in November last year.
We've got Andy on the platform, making sure that bar is secure and clean.
So we'll quickly just explain the tiebreakers for the overalls. So if there is a tie on total points, the first tiebreaker is which team has the most first places.
Correct.
If that's also tied, then it will go down to who has the most second places. I'm just going to come back to that in a minute after Emily does this deadlift. 165, 10 kilo jump.
She's happy.
And 3 white lights. Awesome lifting from Emily today.
Nice, 9 for 9.
9 for 9 day. First place in the Challenger 84 kilo class. And 6 points for the Stoic Sisters.
And,
So if the first places are tied, it will go to second places. If second places are tied, it will go to who has the most third places, and so on and so forth. And if there is no differences in the placings, which is probably reasonably likely if they're on the same amount of points, then it will go down to good lift points. Which team has the highest average good lift points?
I have seen it happen before. Yep. Apex and ESS were on equal first, third, and it came down to dots at the time with USAPL.
Up next, Madison Snowden, final deadlift for the day, 170 kilos. She is pumped.
Probably just pulling for a PB here.
So this is a 2.5 kilo total PB. And she has locked it in. Awesome day for Madison. 3 white lights. Jasmine Connell of Stoic Sisters looking to move into first place here. This will give them a 457.5 kilo total, with Danny Cheng being the heavier lifter. She would need to beat her total. So she would need to do 460 kilos, which would be another 12.5 kilo jump for Danny. So if this is a make, Danny would need 177.5 kilos for the win.
If she does get this, it does pull her out of reach of Melissa as well.
But if she misses this, it opens up the door for Melissa Jane Robb to come in and grab second place, in which she would need 207.5 kilos.
Here we go.
Lots riding on this lift. That is a cracking third attempt deadlift.
Jasmine just closed the damn door.
And that will put 2 white lights. That will put Stoic Sisters into first place, with the opportunity for Danny Cheng to answer. She will need 177.5 kilos. They've put the change in. That's what she needs for the win. And if she misses, it leaves the door open for Melissa Jane Robb to come in and steal second or first place, of whichever one she chooses.
And it's a pretty critical pull because Strength Fortress go from first to fourth.
Yeah, TSF here. Not now. It's the next lift. This one is going to be Brachelle Georgeson, who is attempting a 5 kilo all-time PB.
Not in a position to pull for third, so just secured fourth for those 2 points.
Yeah, locking in 2 more points for group lifting. It's been a really good day for Brachelle. And unfortunately, 175 was a little too heavy today, but she goes home with a 425 kilo total and a 7 for 9 day. And that was actually a 2.5 kilo total PB. Oh no, hang on, no, it wasn't. Pardon me.
Take back.
2.5 more than her most recent competition. So here we have Danielle Cheng, the Strength Fortress, lifting in her home gym. This will give TSF the lead.
I don't know why it's saying forecast is second still though.
Because Mel has 302.5 put in.
Yep.
But this will put her in the lead. It is not necessarily for the win, because Melissa Jane has the right to answer after this. But this will put her in first place. And she has absolutely crushed that. And it is 3 white lights.
The house has erupted.
Danny Cheng,
Coaches are happy.
177.5 to give her a 460 kilo total, 2.5 kilos more than Jasmine Cannell at Stoic Sisters, which would give Strength Fortress the lead in the challenger bracket. So Strength Fortress will go to 19 points, but they have the lead over Didier Vassou Coaching on tiebreaker because they have more second place finishes. Didier's team has 2 third places. TSF has a second and a fourth. So that's what is giving them the lead there. And that drops Stoic Sisters down to 4th. And up Up next, we have Victoria Selena of Blunt Force Baddies, 180 kilos. This is a milestone for any lifter. And she has smoked it. This big
Very
smile
nice.
on her face. She's stoked. Coach Romas is stoked. Awesome day for Victoria.
All right, here we go. This is the final lift for group or flat A. At the moment, 302.5 is loaded,
So
but
there will be an attempt change.
there will be a change, and let's see if she goes for the Hail Mary.
We'll see what she puts in. So she's currently in third. She has the choice of whether she goes for second or she goes for first. And she's
220
going for the
220
win.
is loaded, 220
They are going for the
kilos.
win.
They're going.
220 kilos. A 25 kilo jump. Now, they might put a second change in. So let's not celebrate too early. Okay, coach is not there yet.
There'll be a little bit of time to get the bar ready because they obviously have to start loading.
Okay, so coach is no longer at the tech desk. So 220 looks like it's going to stand.
195 was good. It looked comfy as.
This would put Didier Vassou coaching in first place and unbeatable. This would give them the win in the challenger bracket.
Yeah, 3 first. They'll be unbeatable. Yeah.
Yeah, TSS can only get 19 points.
This is the Hail Mary I was wanting.
This is exciting. So Melissa Jane Robb, she needs 460 kilo total to equal Danny Cheng of TSF, but beat her on body weight. A 25 kilo jump.
And the 4 juicy reds.
Everybody in
the gym.
TSF is on their feet right now.
Everyone remembers their first 220.
This will give Didier Vassou coaching $1,000. This is for all of it, the challenger bracket.
Go for it. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's done it.
I'm actually
She has
speechless.
done it. Hang on. Let's wait for the referees.
Waiting for the refs. Oh, unfortunately, 2-1. I think that was the right call. I think there was a little bit of downward movement on the bar there. But holy moly, I wasn't expecting that to be that close. What an incredible fight from Melissa Jane Robb of Didier Vassou coaching. And shout out to Dids for going for it all. They had the opportunity to go for second there.
Yeah.
But they decided to go for it all. And holy moly, what a moment at TSF Team Champs 2026.
Jesus.
I'm actually speechless. That was incredible.
In the gym, that would have counted. 220, secured 4 reds.
So, current scoring, we'll go over it again quickly. First place, the Strength Fortress, 19 points. And I think if we click on TSS down here, TSF have won the challenger bracket. They cannot be beaten. Because TSF are going to get are going to get another first place with
first,
Willie
first, third,
McCallum. That'll give them 19. And then who's going to win the tiebreaker between these two teams?
It'll go down to GL points. So let's have a look. Their average GL, obviously, they haven't got the 4th lifter in yet, so we'll have to wait until William actually does his
I
openers.
think that TSS should come in second here because Shay's GL is very, very high. Will's will be high as well. Yeah, it'll definitely be TSS that'll win the GL tiebreaker, provided Will just gets one deadlift on the board. So where we stand right now, TSF, the winners of the Challenger Bracket 2026, promoted to Premier next year.
Yeah, they come down to
With Didier
a technicality on the deadlift.
So if Didier went for second place then, they would have won. They would have got an extra point. They would be on 20. No one can catch 20.
Yeah, so that was actually the right call was to pull less and go for
So
second.
the right call was actually to go for second and give the team 20 points as opposed to just worrying about the win.
You're right, because they have a 4th, so they would have had a 2nd and a 3rd. Oh no.
So we just missed Kimberly's deadlift opener of 130. She actually didn't come out in time because she had the wrong socks on. So she was out there frantically getting her deadlift socks on. She made it out in time. She got her deadlift opener, 130 on the board for Kimberly.
Yeah, I think we're right about that. If they actually pull for second, that would have secured the win anyway. That's a brutal oversight if we're accurate on that. You can leave it in the comments if we are. That's a nice opener
I'm
there.
pretty sure we're right.
Mali with the 135 opener. Moved really easily. If you think we're right, just put it in the comments.
So just to reiterate how close it is in the challenger bracket today, after Will makes his opening deadlift, we're going to have 3 teams on 19 and 2 teams on 18. So that's how close it is in the challenger to get into the Premier bracket for 2027. Here we have Rebecca Chambers of Groove Lifting Club, opening with a very easy 145.
No, so if she did pull 2.5 less, she would have lost on body weight against Jasmine, so she had to pull the 220. Because if she pulled 217, she would have lost on body weight. Yeah, so
Okay.
it wasn't an option. Thankfully, Jesus.
So there was actually no option to get second. Interesting. Okay.
yeah. It was first or third. Yeah.
Here we have Victoria with 165. Victoria competing for Nexus Melbourne today.
I think that's a
Nice and easy opener.
very uncalled for comment regarding Didier there. And now that we've pointed out that he couldn't have gone for second, that makes you look very silly.
Yeah, Didier was right. We were wrong. The same weight would have given you second and first. Well, there was actually no weight to give you second.
And thank you for Spooky for confirming that as well.
Here's Jacob Hall, 195. Nice, easy opener. It's a long way up when you're 6'7", like he is.
Alright, so who can pull? Would it pull him into second or third? I think it pulls them into second over to if William does get his opener deadlift.
So this will put TSS into second place as a team. Not this one, sorry. Will's deadlift,
Will's deadlift, yep.
which is a few away. So right up now we have Logan Quinn, 220 kilos.
Looks like he was getting his socks ready. And his socks are still not ready.
Oh, he's got a hole in him.
Ooh, let go of that really quick. And dangerously quick, one would say. Ooh. Again, another generous call. 2 whites on the board there. Technically speaking, and correct me if I'm wrong, Logan would have to change socks now with the hole in them, or would they, depending on the referees, and they let it slide?
Yeah, they should not have been improved, that gear check.
He may have just tore them.
I think they actually did just rip when he pulled them up.
Correct, because
So
he was in a rush.
I don't know if the refs noticed that there was a hole in his socks. If they did, he'll need a new pair.
Or they turned a blind eye, one or the other, yeah. Yeah, he was lucky enough it's on the side of the sock. Anyway, Nick Love, 237.5 opener.
Very narrow stance sumo there, which you don't see too often.
It does work for some athletes. I've got one myself that we found worked for him.
Nice and easy there for Nick.
We're always trying to find that sort of perfect balance of strength, center of mass, and positioning on the deadlift, squat, bench, everything.
So Nick's best total is 680. That deadlift gave him 670. So he's decided to jump 17.5, which would give him a total PB on his second deadlift, which we love to see, and within range of 700 kilos. Up next, Ruben. Deadlift opener the same as his squat opener, which was very easy, and that was very easy as well. Awesome start to Ruben's day. He is now 7 out of 7, and a 697.5 kilo total. Jackson Mitchell, 250 opener. This would give him a 675 kilo total, which would put him in third in the 120 kilo class. Now we do have 2 120 kilo lifters tomorrow.
Regarding to the comment, Carlos, that's sport for you. You know, sometimes referees make calls that you may not agree with, or it's like a grey area and it's how they perceive the lift and whether it's good or not. As you know, Alex pointed out, he thought there might have been a bit of technicality with that last 220 deadlift that Melissa did.
And the reason we have 3 referees on the platform is so that the majority rules. And if one referee disagrees and the other 2 agree, then it goes with that call.
Rules are rules. And without them, we don't have sport.
And there's going to be disagreements with referees in all sports.
Yeah.
So there was Jackson Mitchell with a very easy 250 kilo opener. And up next is William McCallanan, the 120 kilo favorite for today. And I would say this deadlift just about puts him out of reach of the others of catching him, and will guarantee TSS 6 points and put them into second ahead of Didier Vassou. But it does look like the 4 teams that are set to go through to the Premier Bracket next year: TSF, Didier Vassou coaching, Defy coaching, and the Strength Syndicate. Here's William McCallanan. Best deadlift of 300 kilos. He's matched his best squat today. He's matched his best bench today.
So he's already having a good day. Should get this opener on the board and secure a podium finish for the
that's fantastic. Will looks great today.
Beautiful attempts.
That gives him a 727.5 kilo total. And his best total is 757.5. So he would need 295 to match his best total. He would need 300 to match his best deadlift. And a 300 deadlift would give him a total PB. So he's probably looking at those 2 options to finish off today. 755 to 760 plus. That's kind of setting the bar quite high for the athletes tomorrow to try and steal points off of TSS.
And there we go. Strength Syndicate has bumped up to second place, and I believe no one can beat that now, so they've locked it in.
So it does look like the top 4, if you're able to open the scoreboard, if you click on the link in the YouTube, the top 4 is in 4th place, Defy coaching, 3rd place, Didier Vassou coaching, 2nd place, the Strength Syndicate, 1st place, the Strength Fortress. It does look like those are the 4 teams that are going to go through to the Premier Bracket next year. And it is worth noting that Stoic Sisters are in 5th place, have just lost the tiebreaker to Defy.
Yeah, because we misjudged that before, saying that they were going to be 4th.
So if they're able to hold on to points tomorrow, there's still a chance that they go through to the Premier Bracket for next year. Kimberly with a awesome second attempt deadlift there at 140.
Yeah, particularly because a lot of these classes, a lot of the athletes have already competed, so they're not going to lose too many points tomorrow.
So we have a very tight battle for third place in the 76 kilo women. So this deadlift would actually match the total of Kimberly, who's just gone, but she'd be behind on body weight. So we'll see if they decide to pull for third place when we get there. Marley, 142.5. Nice and cruisy. That'll be 3 white lights.
My last meal before pump.
The bar is loaded.
Rebecca Chambers, 12.5 kilo jump. This will give her a 360 kilo total. And this should put her out of reach of either Kimberly or Marley catching her for second place. So it's an important lift for Beck and for groove lifting. Groove lifting currently in 6th place on 17 points. So only 1 point behind the 4th place that are going into the Premier bracket. So there's a chance that Groove actually also hold their points and fight to get into the Premier for next year as well. Victoria coming up next, 10 kilo jump. Her best deadlift is 185. So this puts her within range of matching that. And this would actually also give her a 2.5 kilo total PB. So best total before today, 405. This would give her 407.5. So it's been a really good day for Victoria. She's currently 7 out of 7. And now 8 out of 8. And there it is, total PB. Well done, Victoria.
Yeah, very nice second attempt there.
Up next, Jacob Hall of Average Joe's. It's a shame that the Globo Gym Purple Cobras aren't here today.
Oh. Damn, that would have been good. Good throwback there, Alex. I'm proud of you. If you know, you know.
If you don't know, I'm ashamed that you don't know. Jacob Hall, 210. It is a long way up for the tall man.
Losing a little bit of balance there, but he can clean that up.
They'll look better than his opener. And it is 2 white lights.
Do you reckon that was for rushing the... putting the bar down?
Yeah, I think he let his hand go before it had touched the floor, which you can't do. You have to return the bar to the platform with both hands touching it and with some semblance of control. You can't slam it down there. Logan Quinn, 15 kilo jump. Looked like his grip was going on his right hand a little bit, so keep an eye out for that on his next attempt. Unfortunately, he didn't quite lock it out. So sometimes when the grip is going, the shoulders will stay forward, because if the grip is slipping and you bring your shoulders back hard, the bar will kind of fling out of your hands. So a lot of lifters will kind of try and protect their grip by keeping their shoulders forward or potentially bending their knees a little bit to keep the bar kind of leveraged on their legs. Here is Nick Love. This will give him a 7.5 kilo total PB with that narrow sumo stance.
the battle for the 120s continues.
Okay.
Bit of work there, but a successful lift. And Nick is now 8 for 8. He's had a fantastic day for himself and for Resilience performance.
And keeps him within 5 kilos of Jackson here as well. So we've got a little battle on our hands for the 120s.
Yeah, so an important lift here for Jackson, who's currently in 3rd. Nick just went ahead of him, but this lift will put him back into 2nd. $267.5 for Jackson. This will put him just 2.5 shy of his best total. So a chance to chip that on his 3rd attempt, if this is successful. Yeah. Ooh, we might have slammed that one down a little too fast. But I think because he kept his hands on it.
I'll allow it.
One of the refs was unhappy with it.
It's the first one I'll be like, nah, I'm good with it.
I think because he kept his hands on the bar as opposed to like kind of almost like dropping it in a way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I would have overturned 9 of the 10 that we've seen today. So.
Luckily, no jury today. know how much everyone likes juries.
Oh, it's our favourite.
Ruben Trevisan, Hustler Gym Crew, 275. Let's give him a 22.5 kilo total PB with another lift to come. He's been on fire today. He's 7 out of 7, looking to make it 8 out of 8 with this 275. Oh, beautiful.
He's had a great day.
Really great day for Ruben. And that's 3 white lights. So that gives him 722.5, which is a nice benchmark for the non-Tony lifters tomorrow.
Yeah, it's true. Callum's got his work cut out for him. He's going to have to do after obviously Ruben's 3rd deadlift, potentially a 20+ kilo total PB to beat him.
I mean, Ruben's done a 20+ total PB to get here, so it's obviously possible.
Yep.
William McCallanan, 20 kilo jump. This would put him just 10 kilos below his best total and 15 kilos below his best deadlift. So he's been happy to just match his PBs today, and if he's able to put all 3 of those PBs together on the same day, then he'll beat his best total. Nice.
Yeah, it's just been a clinic from
Man,
William
Will's
today.
been awesome today.
Amazing.
He's looked great.
Clinical, and you know, part of it is there's just no pressure. He's just kind of hitting the lifts that he knows what he needs to hit, like that he can actually do what he's capable of.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of having the right expectations and then just kind of playing the day. So we'll see what Will decides to put in. Ruben has gone +10. So Will has also gone +10.
Now we're back to the top for the 3rd lifts and the final lifts for the day to secure the challengers bracket.
So Kimberly from Blunt Force Baddies, 150 kilo attempt. This is an equal deadlift PB. And would be just 2.5 below her best total. Sorry, this would be an equal total PB as well. So equal deadlift and total PB coming up for Kimberly. And this would also put her into 3rd place.
Yeah, it keeps her in 3rd, which is important. Because now
So it does keep her into 3rd. So she was in 3rd on body weight. She's now 10 kilos clear of 3rd, with Marley having the chance to reply here. So if Marley decides to up her deadlift to 152.5, she would then take the 3rd place on body weight.
yeah, so currently got a 7.5 kilo jump, so she'd have to do a 12.5 kilo jump, as you alluded to, yeah.
Doesn't look like they're going to put in a change. Yeah, no change coming. So this deadlift from Marley will just keep her in 4th place. And she's obviously content with a 25 kilo total PB, which is what it would be if she knocks this deadlift over. So you can't really complain with that. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great day of lifting for Marley. Well done to her and her coach.
And it would have been a tough ask to add 5 to that, so probably the right call just to take the PB.
Just would have been 2.5.
Just 2.5.
Oh, no, you're right. It would have been
on
5.
body weight.
You know
yeah,
what?
So she would have lost on body weight.
So 5 probably would have been a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, 2.5, very possible. Yeah, she could have done that, but didn't want to risk it. Would rather finish the day with a big PB, and yeah, it's commendable.
Up next, Rebecca Chambers. She's in second in the 76ers. She will stay in second in the 76ers. She's fired up. She really wants this one.
Right hand opened up.
Opened up in the right hand, that's right. Great day from Beck, 7 for 9, 360 kilo total. Good to see her back on the platform. Up next, Victoria, going for 182.5. Now, she's the winner of our 76 class on the Challenger Day. So this deadlift doesn't change the placings at all, but it does give her a 10 kilo total PB.
Tunes are pumping. Patient setup.
Beautiful third attempt deadlift there.
One would say easy.
9 for 9 day for Victoria. 10 kilo total PB. Rocky start on squats, but really did a good job to finish off the day well on bench and deadlifts. You know, we say rocky start, but she was still able to make all of her squats. So yeah, she really maximized her day today. So good job there, taking out the win in the 76 kilo class. Up next, Jacob Hall, 220. Now this is a milestone for any lifter. 4 red plates or 5 blue plates. We love 20 kilo cast iron plates. Clanging and banging.
The reds look better.
Jacob Hall, first-time competitor. Unfortunately, just a bit too heavy today. Finishing his day with 562.5 kilos. And winning 4 points for his team. So well done to Jacob. Logan Quinn coming up next. This lift also doesn't change any points or standings.
Yeah, he's going for the round at 700, Nick. And then he's just leaving it up to Jackson to potentially miss his third to beat him.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens in that battle in a second. But first we have Logan Quinn attempting 235.
Because in theory here, Nick could actually go for a more conservative attempt, betting on the fact that Jackson's going to miss his third.
hand again opening up.
Yeah, called it before.
Unfortunately, no lift from Logan. Only getting one deadlift, but he still had a good day, finishing fourth in the 120s. Now we have 4 lifters to come. First off, we have Nick Love for a 267.5 kilo third attempt deadlift. This would put him into second place, would give him a 700 kilo total, a 20 kilo total PB, and it would force Jackson Mitchell to attempt 275 for the win, to win on bodyweight.
Yeah, so at a minimum. So Jackson has the advantage to drop to 275, provided Nick does get this lift.
So if Nick misses, Jackson has a free run and he can do whatever he wants. But if Nick makes this, Jackson needs to drop his attempt to 275 to get that second place off him.
Let's see if this was the right call.
The second was hard, so I'd be pretty surprised if he could get this. But he hasn't missed a lift today, so you'd have to back him. He's going, he's going, he's going, he's getting to lockout. Got the down call. Looked like he got the down call before he locked it out.
I know it was a bit early, but he got it. 3 white lights.
And it's 3 white lights. So that puts Nick into second place. Now Jackson will have to drop to 275. He doesn't have to. 282.5, which is currently what he's put in, will obviously still have him finish second. So they may not even change. They probably will.
Yeah, if Jackson wants to secure to make sure he can just drop down.
Doesn't look like there's a change coming from the coach. So
he is lighter on body weight, so he just has to match him as well.
So 275 would be enough for second, but they've said, you know what, I want to do 282.5 anyway. The coach asking for the bar to be brushed, which it does get brushed between every deadlift in the final round anyway.
Yeah, so he's going for the all or nothing pull by the looks of it. They're not making a change. We can't see any coaches going to the tech desk, so.
Yeah, no coaches at the tech desk, no change. 282.5 kilos.
He's also had a good day. He's gone 8 for 8 so far, so no reason to doubt Jackson here. But it is a risk that he doesn't actually need to take. He could pull 7.5 kilos less and still get that second place. There he is. Crowd's getting behind him.
And he didn't need to drop to 275 to take the silver medal off of Nick. And there it is, 3 white lights.
But I tell you what, that was closer than I would have liked. I'll be having a few words with his coach at the drinks.
Although, to be fair, Stoic Systems nowhere near top 4, so it doesn't really affect the standings at all. And it's at that point in time, you kind of got to ask the lifter, hey, what do you want? And it's kind of their competition to kind of decide. So maybe the lifter said to him, hey, I want to maximize my day. I want to push as far as I can, and that's what they were able to do there. So
Yeah, and they did it.
yeah, good number as far as like how much do we actually have. But if you're playing a purely strategy game, 275 was all you needed. Ruben Trevisan, 285, 10 kilo jump. This would give him a 32.5 kilo total BB. He's had such a good day. He's 8 for 8. Second deadlift was really good. And it looked like his grip was going a little bit at the top because he was struggling to lock out. But it still looked okay. And it is okay. It's 3 white lights for Ruben.
What a man.
He finishes the day on 732.5. Like I said, a 32.5 kilo total PB.
Yeah, that's going to make things spicy for tomorrow. All right, finally, we have got our last lifter in William, the 295 kilo deadlift. Also gone 8 for 8 today. So 4 of the top lifters in this group have gone all 8 for 8, or 9 for 9 for the majority of them. 1 more to go.
Willie McCallanan looking to push tomorrow's Premier Bracket 120 lifters as far as he can. He's had an awesome day. He's 8 for 8, looking to go 9 for 9. This would give him an equal total PB, which is fantastic, given he hasn't competed in over 2 years. Here he comes, Willie McCallanan. Of the Strength Syndicate Challenger Bracket second place finishers. Their lifters have had a great day today.
To match his best to go 9 for 9.
He starts to get the shakes. It's down and up, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, well, I mean, I've been saying this all day, but we'll see what the referees think. They will.
I don't think that one was going to get through to the keeper.
Not even one.
So that wraps up
3 reds.
day 1 of TSF Team Champs. And we have got the results for the Challengers Bracket. First place, the host gym, TSF, the Strength Fortress, 19 points, 2 firsts and a second and a fourth. Enough to ward off the Strength Syndicate in second place with 2 firsts and 2 thirds. And then also with 2 firsts and 2 thirds, Didier Vassou coaching, losing the GL tiebreaker to TSS. And in 4th place, our final team going through to the Premier Bracket, Defy Coaching. Tied with them, Stoic Sisters, who lost the tiebreaker there. So that's our top 5, TSF, TSS, Didier Vassou, Defy, Stoic Sisters. Thanks everyone for watching and listening to Tyler and I yap about lifting. We will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for session 1 of day 2, the Premier Bracket. We'll see if these Challenger Bracket teams can hold on to their positions. Last year, the top 2 of the Challengers were the top 2 at the end of the weekend. I don't see that happening tomorrow, but it could. So we'll see how that goes. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yeah, keen for it, brother. Let's do it.